this is my buddy Mason here, who's walking for a cause. There is many reasons as people hike that there are people out on the trail, but I would love you to tell the world about why you're hiking.
I'm hiking for the Stanimals Hostel for children. I'm hiking for the children who can't walk. All donations that go to the website Children's Hospitals Walk.org will go to the Stanimals Hostel for Children, so that we can make prosthesis and you know, do whatever's necessary for the kids. So I'm walking the trail because they can't, but one day they will.
Yeah, that's incredible. And you have a Facebook page too? What's the best way to go to?
To find me on Facebook and to follow the trail is Walk With Me for Children.
Excellent. Have you heard? Today is Hike Naked Day. But I'm not that brave. Nope. Alright, so make a wish. Make a wish. Yay! Alright, go ahead.
We live?
Go ahead. We've got Dory from Australia's first ever root beer float. What do you think? Oh, it's magical.
It's pretty good, isn't it?
Oh, it's pretty good.
It's pretty good? Yeah.
I'd argue with that.
And what was it? What else? Oh, some more you had for the first time the other day?
It's small, yeah.
What do you think? Is that
That
good?
was a 10.
A 10? What's this?
This is a, yeah, it's a 10.
A 10?
It's pretty good.
Wow, it's pretty good. Nerp, can I introduce you to Barry Manilow?
I really would like to meet Barry.
He's my best friend. Hey, Barry.
I'm so glad to meet your best friend that you've made here in town. Somebody to keep you company.
Yes, it's been a lonely, lonely time. Here in Glasgow, Virginia, Scotto's restaurant. Right across the street is my buddy Barry Manilow. We're coming in, this is the funny thing, there's only one place in town. There's Scotto's, or if you're really adventurous, you go to Scotto's. The funny thing is, they delegate all us hikers to this back room because we smell. Today is Tuesday, the 25th or 26th of June. I'm not sure which day it is. I think it's the 26th. And I'm getting near, I got a week left here before I can take my boot off. I've been here 3 weeks and the doctor has suggested that I keep this boot on for 4 to 6 weeks. So I'll go with 4 weeks, because if it indeed is not healed properly, then I'll head home. It looks to me like about 50% of the people who have this particular type of fracture, about half the people will have success in healing with a walking boot. And the other half won't. So in which case it will most likely mean a full cast, no weight bearing, so crutches or whatever. So they said 4 to 6 weeks. I'm not trying to be stubborn, but 6 weeks would just, I would need to go home anyway. I couldn't finish this hike, so that's bugs. I think I'll walk. But I wanted to introduce you, and I'll finish the story in a minute. This is Barry. Barry Manilow is his trail name. He's my best friend here in Glasgow. There's not much here in Glasgow. It's a very sleepy trail town and nice people, but you know, very small population. There's a Dollar General, post office, Grocery Express, and Scotto's restaurant, all of which I can see from where I'm sitting. And Barry. Barry and I have been bonding. He's my best friend. He's suffering from a little bit of low self-esteem because a lot of the hikers come and they all get their pictures taken with him. And if you look on YouTube and so forth, the hikers, a lot of them have their picture with Barry, but they mock him. So if you're coming into this town, just, you know, stop and say hi and be kind. He wants to hike, but he scares people. He had a little cave girl on his back and somebody stole her, so he's lonely. And he wanted a trail name. So his name, I originally named him Barry, but now he's Barry Manilow. I think I've been here a little too long because he's my best friend. In any case, I'm going to walk because there's little bugs and it's sprinkling a little bit. And I want to head back to the hostel. So on July 1st, I'll take off the boot and take a day just walking around the house, another day or 2 or 3 just walking into the yard, maybe walking down to Scotto's, visiting Barry. Hey, Barry! And I'm going to cross the street and ease myself back onto the trail. So this is a trail town. It's right here at the mountains. Trailhead is just up the road. My opportunity to do a straight northbound hike is finished. It can't happen that way. I've missed a month now in this boot, but before that I missed a week in Hiawassee when I first injured my foot, and a couple days for my tooth, and just to, you know, and resting, taking more zeros than I probably should have just because of the foot pain going along. So that's okay, but I'm just behind schedule. There's no way I could remove this boot, go back to Hot Springs. So I hopped off at Hot Springs and would never be able to get to Maine by October 15th when they close Katahdin. So that's okay. I am trying to get my head wrapped around the fact that it's not a northbound hike. I mean, in my head, I'm going straight through northbound, but that's not how I can do it. So I'm going to do a flip-flop. So I stepped off trail. I started in Georgia, hiked to Hot Springs, North Carolina, and then I took a Greyhound bus to Glasgow, Virginia. That I'm skipping for now. I'm going to start northbound here in Virginia in the Shenandoahs, which is just up the road, go to Maine, and then come back here to the edge of the Shenandoahs and hike back to Hot Springs. So I will do all of the sections. It's still a through hike and it'll be fine. I'll learn to accept it. And that is what it is, as long as I'm hiking, right? The best thing is that the house is constantly full of hikers, and that's why I didn't go home. I first called my husband and explained the situation. Said I needed to put this boot on for 4 weeks, and he said, well, don't come home. I'm like, what? Is there like a girl in the closet or something? And he said, you know, and it's true. He says, if you come home, you get caught up in the day-to-day of the kids and the, you know, this and that, and I may lose motivation and not come out to finish what I started. And that's absolutely right. So I've been surrounded by hikers and hearing their stories and hearing that the majority of them have the same struggles as I had out there. So it really helped me to understand and to believe that I'm not alone in the negative feelings, the loneliness, the frustration of not going fast enough, having people passing me, not having a trail family. I'm shocked, and you know, there's misery loves company, but it's not misery, that's not what I mean. I'm just overwhelmed by how many people feel the same thing, that they don't have a trail family, or they connect with somebody that they really like and they hike for a few days together, but then they part ways because one of them is faster than the other, or somebody gets injured or leaves the trail, or, you know, so many things happen that cause people to split up, you know, difference of personalities and so forth. So There's a lot of people out there just hiking alone, and I'm one of them, and it is what it is. So I'm making the best of it, but hearing the stories of so many people, and it's so powerful. People really open up. It's such an open, honest community out here, and so generous. So hearing their stories has made me feel more confident in myself, knowing that I'll be in good company. Actually, something happened that's really, really cool. I'll get to that in 1 second. What I really want to say is that I'll be stepping back onto the trail with a different mentality, a more positive, motivated, optimistic mindset than when I stepped off. Just knowing that so many people feel the same. The cool thing that happened was back in early March, when I went to the ATKO at Amicalola Falls, the Appalachian Trail Kickoff, I met Stephanie. Her trail name now is NERP. When I was doing my shakedown hike on the approach trail, she was actually starting her through hike. So I was heading southbound, she was heading northbound, and we were at camp together with a bunch of guys, one other lady, and she and I. And we really hit it off, and we laughed like heck with each other, trying to hang our bear bags, and just looking at our rookie mistakes. Her backpack was so heavy with food. It was just a hoot. And we parted ways, and I was so sad because I realized, gosh, I wish I could hike with her. I wonder if I'll have a trail family, and that I'd meet people when I started my through hike that I would connect with and want to hike with. And if you've been following, that hasn't happened. I've been hiking alone most of the time, with a few exceptions of meeting wonderful people for a few days here and there. And but then we part ways. But I thought I'd never see her again, and we'd never hike together. Well, lo and behold, because I came up to Glasgow, she passed through the hostel, and so she's in this area, and she's a week ahead of me because I can't take this boot off for a week. And so she's already back on the trail, but she is taking a few days off because her parents are coming to visit her around the 4th of July, so she'll be taking a few zeros, and we will be entering the Shenandoahs at the same time, so I get to hike with NERP. And she spent a full day with me, and we really had so much fun, and our mindsets, our philosophy, our hiking style, everything meshed, and I'm so excited to have a friend to start with. On the occasions when I wasn't in a lot of pain on the trail and was able to let my mind wander, I found myself thinking a lot about the next chapter in my life when the hike is over. Then what? What's next? Our family last year sold our house, closed our business, and moved across the country. And in one way that's very stressful, and I was having a hard time finding a job, which is what enabled me to have the time to do this hike. I'm not an independently wealthy person who can just, take time off or do what I want. I'll talk more about that another time. Right now, I just want to continue to think about the next chapter. When I get home, then what? We don't really like the community that we moved into last year. The whole family agrees it's not a good fit for us. So we'll be moving on, probably within a year. So there's that. Where do we want to move to? Are we going to go back home to New England or elsewhere? But I really am spending time thinking about what I will be doing for a living. I need to work. I'm not a sit at a desk, sit in a cubicle type of person. I don't think many people are, but I don't want to trap myself into a situation where I'm like a caged animal, where I'm miserable, where I'm living for my vacation. So I'm tossing around some creative thoughts in my mind for possible revenue generating activities when I'm done with the trail. I'm really kind of stewing on that so that I don't find myself just taking any job just to pay the bills. It's a lot to consider. Typical Kim. Since I'm off my feet and stuck in a small town, I ventured to the library to learn about where I am. So let's see. One book and the whole place about this town. I'll tell you this, I cannot wait to get back on the trail. Oh dear Lord. On Wednesday, I'd like to be in Waynesboro, 4th of July, to meet up with NERP, celebrate the 4th of July in grand style, and then hike with her into the Shenandoahs. Here's the hostel. Simple, but it works. Somebody thought it would be a good idea to leave me in charge of breakfast for all the hikers every day since I've been here. Little do they know that I don't like to cook. I'm not a great cook. But so far, so good. Got more, bacon this morning, scrambled eggs, and pancakes. Pancakes. Making pancakes. Making pancakes. Making pancakes. Making pancakes. I'm not domesticated. Who let me take care of the house? Oy. All I can say is thank God for coffee.